Well, I obviously don't have one today, but I'm probably not going to be getting one. All right, here's the deal. I'm not going to review the iPhone 13, and I might not review any more Apple gear on this channel. I tend to leapfrog iPhones, spending time with them every other year. I went full review on the iPhone 11 Pro. I dabbled with the iPhone SE, and this year I was going to go heavy again on the 13, but I just can't. After a point, it's just not fun anymore. Covering a company when you disagree with more and more of their business decisions. Covering Apple is kind of mandatory on YouTube. YouTube is so thirsty for that watch time and search popularity. Apple becomes an obligation. But if you've watched any of my coverage in the past, I don't really live with their products. I don't enjoy their products. And in part, I don't enjoy those products because I can't shake out of the back of my brain that I really don't like this current direction Apple is heading. I'm not going to make my best content if this is only made to appease the YouTube thirst trap algorithm. You're not going to like multiple videos where I end up just spitting, ranting out of the frustration of this obligation. If you're an Apple fan or an Apple hater, if you agree with my ranting or you like fighting me in the comments, I hope you can appreciate me choosing my own mental health over the YouTube views. I've been frustrated with Apple for a while. I think that's pretty clear. If it's obnoxious decisions to break their products in ways which require consumers to spend more on accessories to fix what they broke, if it's their horrific efforts to stymie right to repair, at the same time consumers are creating mountains of e-waste, or if it's the punitive and contentious relationships they foster with developers. This company is no longer the fun rival brand it used to be in the classic smartphone days, where we all enjoyed a much more vibrant landscape of competition. Apple executives are saying they're going to push pause on their plan to scan devices for illegal images. But that's not good enough for me. This program Apple is initiating has terrifying potential for abuse. And I can't in good faith continue to highlight Apple products or services until we hear unequivocally that Apple will discontinue this program with no efforts to revive it. Apple can still protect consumers, scan in the cloud, protect people from their servers, but don't build a system that opens up the gadget consumers keep in their pocket. And don't build a system that will eventually be leveraged by governments around the world who don't share in some of our values. I think the most frustrating thing for me, all the times I've gotten upset with Apple, those things that upset me have almost never affected me directly. I don't really live with Apple products. Now, obviously, Apple's influence over consumer tech can indirectly change up what my future gadgets will look like, but the people most harmed by these policies are the folks that own Apple gear and are invested in Apple's ecosystem. Those people, some of my family and friends, are left with no alternatives if something bothers them. After considerable time, money, and history with a company, the choice of you can like what Apple does or you can leave is a false and petty solution to offer. Ultimately, though, I don't know that I have the energy to keep getting outraged on their behalf. If they're not upset by these policies, maybe it's okay that I just sit this one out, because I totally get the in-group feel that Apple is so tactically good at creating. I used to be the Apple guy way back in the day, where I'm kind of embarrassed now to admit I kept my Apple specialist certificate on my wall above my workstation. I was really proud of that. Then later, when my tastes kind of changed and Apple kind of walked away from me, Apple became a fun rival where I always left an Apple event desperately wishing I had one of the new features coming to the iPhone or iPad. But Apple isn't really fun anymore, and some of these recent moves are downright scary. So that's the gig. I'm choosing my sanity over the health of my YouTube channel. I'll, of course, continue to cover headlines on my podcast, but I won't be producing any standalone videos or fighting to ride the hype train with new product releases. I hope the people who follow and support this channel can understand where I'm coming from here, and will, of course, look for other stories to tell and other ways to have fun, but I gotta do this one for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.